this run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Here's Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try and put his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 13. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Lance. Deep ball for Goodwin. It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them, because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Lance going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they'd love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
An extra point by Gain is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Carr. And this one too low.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
694.
Now Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, Maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few
and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
After the sack on first down, Lance. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, Lance. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over here up near the 40. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They run it again with Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10.
29.
Into the red zone. It's Carr.
That's out to Hill, right side complete.
And the Saints are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Taken from about the 12. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Set to get this drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Lance. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Shotgun now for Lance.
That's complete to John Ross.
And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Throwing now is Lance.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Demario Davis in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
They absolutely going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Deep ball for Goodwin.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads into bigger errors.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Lightning speed that time from the corner. Marshawn Lattimore getting the sack.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone, and with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays, eat up chunks of yardage, and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Give him 30 yards there. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one rips, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans. Rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. And Lance now to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Lance looks to throw again. That's caught, and again it's Goodwin. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Consecutive catches for him, that good for 11.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance.
That's complete, right around the 8. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up. His time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here's Lance.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. Through an opening, and there he goes.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
They picked it in the end zone. They're glad he brought it out all the way across midfield into enemy territory.
And don't think for a second that some teammates didn't tell him to stay in the end zone, right? What he did there, to me, was the equivalent of baseball running through the third base coach's signal to stop at 3rd. And
it's only good if you're safe.
And he ended up, to me, this counts as safe. That's a great return.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
93. 93. You're mine.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. And he just chopped that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Throwing his car on third down. Escaping the... And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Lance looking to throw it. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
It's a gain of 3. First down, San Francisco.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Over the middle, complete. That's Goodwin.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Here's Lance. Connected here with Christian McCaffrey.
Touchdown!
Christian McCaffrey
from 19 yards away.
And the Niners are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing his car. He's got a man, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's first and 10 from the 45. Carr. He's going to try and go deep again. And this one is incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst. A little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Express!
Here's Carr. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
6:37.
Carr to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Help! Ready? Hey, we're good, we're good!
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And problem spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. This challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
Buying time to his left. Now Lance throws the interception, his third. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Now Carr. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There was a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that two-point attempt.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Lance back to throw. Fighting to stay upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Lance looking to throw. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So the victory here for San Francisco. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off. But they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Niners, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.